What's going on, guys? Nitemarejp here, and I'm back with another One Piece Story Cruise video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over Legend Hawkins. So some of you might be confused and think, hey, this guy doesn't have Legend Hawkins. Why is he doing a breakdown for him? Well, today I actually pulled him when I was doing my 3 multis for Viola. I already did my first multi before, and then when I was watching my friend Flamevius's video, I realized that she has a pretty good support ability, so I was like, you know what, I'll do 2 more multis, and then on the 3rd multi, I ended up getting a red poster, and I got Hawkins, so really cool stuff there. So in this Legend breakdown, we're going to talk about Hawkins' captain ability, his special ability, what are some subs you can run with him if you're using him as a captain, and what are some of his best friends that you can use as friend captains. So without further ado, let's talk about this Legend. So Legend Hawkins' captain ability is to boost the attack of Dex characters by 3x. He's also going to boost non-Dex characters by 2.75x. He's going to give an HP boost of 1.3x for a whole crew. And at the start of each turn, he's going to increase the counter of your enemies by 1 turn. 2 if you have 2 Hawkins. And he's going to cut the HP of all enemies by 10% at the end of the turn for all of the enemies. And then in the next room, he's going to, when you move on to the next stage, he's going to heal 50% of the damage that you received from the previous stage. So very similar to V2 Katakuri. And his special ability is to deal 500 times his attack and typeless damage to one enemy. He's going to change his own orb and adjacent orbs into matching. And he's going to store the amount of damage received until the special is triggered. And for 3 turns, he's going to add 20 times the stored amount of damage on top of tap time and bonus for as typeless damage, and the maximum damage that you can deal is 6 million total. So I believe that's very similar to V2 Katakuri as well. So pretty good overall. And he's a super typing captain, and his super typing condition is the enemy has to trigger a support ability on the crew. So this includes stuff like Corazon on Law, Rayleigh on Luffy, V2 Ace on Luffy and Sabo, stuff like that. And his super typing ability is for 1 turn, he's going to drastically reduce damage above 500 from one enemy, and he's going to give the color affinity boost for Dex super type characters. And he has 2 sailor abilities. One of them is to treat Strength, Quick, TND, and RCV orbs as beneficial, and his second sailor ability is to make himself immune to paralysis and special seal. And he also has a support ability, which is let me find it. Alright, his support ability is on the final stage, he's going to change his own orb and adjacent orbs of supported character to match him, and he's going to heal 3000 HP, and he only supports Kaido. So this is a decent one, not the best, basically a better VV support, but it's still pretty good. So if you want to use Hawkins support, I would recommend doing it. So now let's talk about some subs that you can use with Hawkins. So some subs that you can use with Hawkins, I would primarily advise people to use orb boosters, attack boosters, and some characters that will fit a utility role. So some orb boosters I would recommend are Nami Robin. Nami Robin's a really great character. They have a phenomenal swap ability that will change orbs for you if you swap, and you'll be able to store those orbs as well. So you can store some matching orbs, and then for at the beginning of the stage, and then on the final stage you can swap them to replace block orbs, and you'll have a full board of orbs. They provide a 2.5x orb boost for Dex and Ink characters. They also reduce 10 turns of paralysis, and they also give a 25% HP cut if I remember correctly. So really great character overall. We have Luffy Law, of course, really great character. They give a 2.5x orb boost to make Dex and Quick Orbs beneficial. They also have a swap ability which allows them to go through barriers and whatnot. So really powerful stuff with Luffy Law. we have TM Luffy, who's also a really superb character. He removes 4 turns of Bind Despair and Attack Down, I believe. So really great stuff. He's also gives you a full board of Mansion Orbs, and he also is a 2x orb boost. So he's a really great character, especially on a Hawkins team, but in general, he's a really powerful character. And then we have 6 plus Nami, a really great character. She is a 2x orb boost. She also, in her sailor ability, removes paralysis by 1 turn. And yeah, she removes paralysis by 1 turn. And in her special ability, she also removes burn and paralysis as well. So really great character overall. She also provides a 1.75x color affinity boost. So great stuff from Nami. And some attack boosters I would recommend on Hawkins. I know that 2 of these characters aren't Dex, but the 2.75 boost that you get under the Dex boost that you would get from Dex character doesn't really matter from what I've seen of Legend Hawkins gameplay. It's probably better to use a non-Dex character over a Dex character, especially when you're facing stuff where you have disadvantage, especially like strength bosses and whatnot. So some of the attack boosters I recommend include Shanks Crew. They're not an attack booster in their special, but they do provide an attack boost with their swap ability. Even though it's a 1.5x attack boost, it is very spammable and is really great for not just Legend Hawkins, but for many teams. So I highly recommend using Shanks Crew. We have the Arlong Crew, who provide a 2.5x attack boost as well. They reduce cooldowns by 2 turns, and they also have a really spammable swap ability, very similar to Shanks Crew, where they will increase your damage towards enemies. So it's really great overall. And then we have Kid, who's a 2.5x attack boost for Dex characters. Kid will also change all color orbs and all mansion orbs into bomb orbs, into super bomb orbs actually. And he will also make bomb orbs beneficial. So in stages where you are inflicted by bomb orbs or whatnot, Kid will be a really powerful character for that. And then we have the brand new Dofi, who just came out on Global and who's returned on the Japanese version. It was a 2x attack booster after you hit a certain amount in the chain. So he's still a pretty good character. He removes empty orbs and he makes them mansion. So you can use this Dofi in a lot of situations, but he is still overall a really good character. I believe he also locks orbs as well, which is really great. And for utility characters, I would highly recommend these following characters. Alvita, really great character, removes percent shield damage reduction and also increased damage reduction. She also provides a chain boost as well, which is really great. I believe she also removes bind as well, if I recall correctly, which is really nice. We have Vivi Rebecca, one of the best legends in the game as a sub. She removes permanently all increased defense and all percent shield, so really powerful character overall. She also provides a 2x color affinity for the striker and cerebral character, so really great character. She also, in her swap ability, will change strength and dex orbs into mansion orbs for your crew, and also provide a 2.5x chain lock. So really powerful character. Also provides a 2k heal with their swap ability. So really powerful character overall. And we have the Dex Shirahoshi. She provides a 3-turn heal of 5k, I believe. She also removes 5 turns of paralysis and also 5 turns of attack down, which is pretty great. And we have the Raid Bonnie, who is a really great character. She removes 5 turns of threshold damage reduction and also increased defense, if I recall correctly. And she also gives you a full board of meat orbs, and she also makes meat orbs beneficial in her sailor ability. So really powerful character overall, really nice utility that all of these characters provide. So finally, let's talk about some characters that I would recommend using as friend captains for a Hawkins team. In a lot of content, you can use a double Hawkins team, but in a lot of content where you don't want to take as much time as you would with double Hawkins, say in like a raid or a Coliseum, you probably would like to use these characters as your front captain. So we have Nami Robin. They have they also provide a HP boost, and they also provide damage reduction in their captain ability. So really great character to pair with Hawkins. They also have their really amazing special, so you can always do a lot of crazy stuff with their swap ability and their special, especially with a Hawkins friend. Luffy Law, of course, really great character. They also provide a HP boost, so you can add a huge amount of HP that you already would have with Hawkins, and you will also have their special ability, which is the pretty good orc boost. So a lot of great stuff you can do with that. Kid, of course, Kid doesn't have a HP boost, so pairing it with Hawkins, so you can have the 5x attack boost as captain with Kid, and then Hawkins HP boost. You can do a lot of deadly stuff with this combination. 6+ Nami is pretty great. She's a 4x captain for Dex characters, and she also makes strength and quick orbs beneficial if I remember correctly. So you can also pair this up with Hawkins and have a pretty deadly combo as well. We have Shanks Fruit, of course, who is probably the best legend in the game currently. With their swap ability and all the stuff they can do, you can pair them up with almost every legend and have a successful run. And finally, we have Vivi and Rebecca, who also provide damage reduction in their captain ability, and they also provide heal on their swap. So you can pair this up with Hawkins in longer stages, such as guard challenges and whatnot. You can always use this duo to stall for a long time and be able to take out the content in a decent amount of time. So yeah, that's it for all the characters that I would recommend on a Legends Hawkins team as a friend captain. So I'm gonna give my final thoughts on Legend Hawkins. I think he's alright character. I'm not the biggest fan of him personally. I am just not a fan of legends that are slower, especially Hawkins, since he delays the enemy. So he greatly increased the amount of time you have to wait, because you have to wait for them to be get out of their delayed state by 2 turns if you're running double Hawkins. So you have to wait if you want to take the damage that you want to use for a special. Of course, his special, it's good, especially since he's a 3-turn V2 kata basically. But he does get countered by normal attack only, which isn't the biggest thing in the world, but his special only also changes regular orbs. He doesn't change block orbs into mansion orbs, which is one of my pet peeves when they do this with Legends. So something that I really dislike about Hawkins. But he is still a pretty good Legend overall. As a captain, I don't think he's the best, but he's done a lot of good stuff recently. If you check episode Kansi, you can see that he cleared a lot of the GARP 2 versions with Hawkins. So he is doing a lot of work, but I just personally am not feeling him currently, especially on my first day of playing him. But maybe later on I will change my mind. But that's it for me for this Legend Breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.